I'm an assassin, trained to do one job and one job only. Or am I?
The Black Critic Guy here with the first of many movie reviews in the newly formed BCG Studios 3.0, and that is on the film Hitman Agent 47. Now, Hitman Agent 47 is obviously about Agent 47. I mean, his name is in the freaking title. He must be the main character, and he's the super assassin tasked to taking down the syndicate. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I couldn't say that with a straight face, because honestly, that's the side plot of this film. The true story of Hitman Agent 47 is about this one random girl who's been on the run for most of her life, who is trying to locate this certain person and has all these special abilities, and she ends up teaming up with Agent 47, and he teaches her the ways of becoming a super assassin while also trying to take down the syndicate. That's the true story of this film. And with that summary alone, I think you can guess what the major problem of this film is. Now, this is Fox's second attempt to bring the Hitman franchise to the big screen. Their first attempt a few years back, starring Timothy Olyphant as Agent 47, was met with meh reaction. No one really outright hated it, but no one really thought that it was really anything good. So I went into this film with an open mind. It could turn out really better than the first attempt. It could be more faithful than the first attempt. And from what I saw in the trailers, it had a decent amount of action, so it could just be an overall enjoyable film, right? Well, after watching the film, I have to say, strike two, Fox. Strike two. Now, there are some good elements to the film. The best thing that this film has going for it was the guy who portrays Agent 47. Rupert Friend, I believe is what his name is. He was a perfect choice to play Agent 47. Like, he got the mannerisms, he got the look, he got the conviction. I mean, he just looks like a badass assassin, and he did pull it off in the film. Not to mention that he kicks a whole lot of ass in this film, and he looks freaking awesome doing it. I'll also give props to Zachary Quinto, who did a pretty solid job in his performance and kicked a whole lot of ass as well. And I did find a majority of the action sequences in the film to be enjoyable. Though a bit shaky and sloppily edited, they still were a lot of fun to watch and looked pretty cool. Especially all the hand-to-hand fights dealing with Agent 47. They were just freaking badass. And yeah, that's all the good elements of this film. The rest of the film? Boring. Without question, the biggest issue with this film is that it's completely misleading and a total bait and switch. You would think that in a film titled Hitman Agent 47, that Agent 47, the star of the Hitman franchise, would actually be the main character of said film. And for the first few minutes, it seemed like that was the case. But then, after like the 6-minute mark, the story takes a huge deviation when it starts following this one random girl and she becomes the main character of the film. I was sitting there thinking to myself, wait a minute, why are we spending so much time with this random girl? Like, why? Where's Agent 47? And I'm not shitting you guys. Not only does the main story revolve around her, but she gets more screen time than Agent 47 himself. What the hell? Not only does she fail as a main character, but she also pales in comparison to Agent 47 in every single area. She's not as interesting, not as engaging, lacks the charisma. The actress portraying her gives off a really weak and shallow performance. Her story is incredibly boring and derivative, and they try to make her seem like this really crucial, important, and powerful character. Oh my god, she's so freaking strong. She's even better than 47, but I was never convinced of this fact. Hell, in every scene where you see her being a badass, it just didn't have the same weight, conviction, or even the coolness that Agent 47 had. I never once in the entire film bought that she could be more powerful than Agent 47. You could throw that shit out the fucking window. What's more, the main story of the film is not only completely derivative, but it heavily deviates from its main source material and is way too overly complex with so many things happening at the same time. One of the most beautiful things about the Hitman franchise is its simplicity. In this film, it's way too overly complex, and honestly, you don't give a shit about anything that's happening in the film. The only thing that you'll really care about in this film is what Agent 47 is doing. That is it. And they take this whole existential direction with the film about one choosing their own path in life instead of having to follow orders and stuff, which was completely unnecessary. You don't need that in a Hitman film. In a better film, this whole existential dilemma would have worked. But with the weak story that was already presented to us with this film, it just comes off as completely out of place and forced into the story to make it seem deeper than it actually was. The CGI in this film was completely unconvincing and looked really cheap. In fact, it looked like the same CGI that was used in Fantastic Four. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Fox thought they could save some money by just taking the same team that did the CGI for Fantastic Four and just do the same thing for Hitman Agent 47. I would not be surprised if that was the case. And the editing in this film, particularly during the action sequences, are atrocious. You can't make out what's going on because they keep chopping and cutting and it's so sloppy and ugly looking. And that's all there is to say about this film. Sure, there were some good performances and some fun action sequences here and there, but it doesn't change the fact that the story is incredibly unengaging and you don't give a shit about it. Most of the characters are boring and dull. The main chick character was built up so much, yet never followed through. You don't give a shit about her, and she's not as cool as Agent 47, who should have been the main character of a film called Hitman Agent 47. And overall, it's just a completely forgettable experience. And that's why it's gonna get a 2 out of 5 stars. It's an easily forgettable film. There are way better Hitman action films out there that you could see. Just skip this one. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you really enjoy it? Did you get a kick out of it? Did it live up to expectation? Or did you find it really boring and dull and it completely deviated from the Hitman franchise and you hate the female lead? And let me know who did a better job at portraying Agent 47. Rupert Friend or Timothy Olyphant? Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned, I do plan to review American Ultra sometime this weekend, as well as possibly Sinister 2. I didn't get a chance to review the first one, but I did watch it. And I don't really want to watch the second one as I feel like it's just a blatant cash grab. In fact, now that I think about it, I kind of missed an opportunity to do a why won't watch there. Oh, well, that's in the past anyway. I also have my Girls Bravo review coming soon, as well as my final bullshit review coming out next Tuesday. And another special video coming your way as well. So stay tuned for all those, and until then, guys, if you'd like to see more awesome videos on this channel and be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watt II, the expert hitman known as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.